Today I'm going to be reviewing the Intimate Rose Pelvic Wand. So this is a tool you can use for at-home self-release of tight pelvic floor muscles. I'm Dr. Brenda Heinecke, pelvic floor physical therapist at Revitalize Physical Therapy, and I'm going to give you my honest opinion on if this tool would work for you. So to start off, this is the pelvic wand. It retails for $34.99 on Intimate Rose's website. You can use our affiliate code Brenda for $5 off. The pelvic wand is ultimately used to help release tight pelvic floor muscles. So you're inserting and then putting pressure on the actual muscle to self-release. So one of the great features of this is that it has the two different ends. So on the website, they actually call the smaller, skinnier end the vaginal end, and this is the rectal end. I have found that you could use either vaginally, so it doesn't matter which end you use. I personally have found that the bigger end here just works a little bit better to give leverage on these muscles. So I would say one of the things I'd recommend is using this end unless you feel like you have to get to some of those deeper muscles, and then this end works a bit better. So just something to keep in mind with it. A pro for this, other than the two different ends and giving you options, is that it also gives you really good leverage. So something that pelvic floor PTs often recommend is doing self-release with a tampon applicator or even sometimes your own finger, but it can be really difficult to get the right angle or the right leverage with it. So this was very much designed to help with that. And so I think it is so much better than trying to use any other device or even a vibrator. I think this works so much better. Another great thing about the pelvic wand is that it's made from really good high quality silicone, so it's really easy to clean. You literally just have to wash off with soap and water. So it takes 30 seconds to clean, and then you can use it whenever you need to, which is really great. There's no special products you need to clean it. So when you're using this tool, you're using it to find trigger points or spots that are maybe a little uncomfortable or feel tight to you. And so it is helpful to know maybe kind of where you need to be using it. But I would say that's one disadvantage to the wand is it can sometimes just be cumbersome to use. So I always recommend kind of working the clock face, so like 9 to 3. And you're just using different spots of the clock. But sometimes when you're doing this yourself, it can get really confusing of what direction and what way you need to push in order to get onto the muscles. So that's one thing that just makes this a little bit difficult. I would recommend trying to learn from a pelvic floor PT first how to use it, or you can check out one of our other videos on how to use the pelvic wand a little bit more in depth. But you're really wanting to make sure that you feel pressure from the wand on the right muscles and you're not pushing up into the bladder. So that would be one thing that it is a little confusing, just the design of it and how and the two different ends make it confusing. And sometimes I would say, even though you have this longer end to get to some of the deeper muscles, I personally found this end to be a bit easier because it has the longer handle. So when you're using it, it's just easier to have leverage from this end, but then this is so short. So I almost wish that this was a little bit longer, that you could use this end to get a little bit deeper. I wouldn't say it's a deal breaker because, like I said, you can use this to get to those deeper spots, but depending on you and the shape and size of your pelvis, if you have spots kind of far back or deep on those deep muscles, it might be a little bit difficult to get to. So just something to keep in mind. Overall, I'd highly recommend this product. I think that the Intimate Rose wand is fantastic. It really is your only option too if you're looking for something to do self-release at home. This really is well thought out, well designed, and it works great. So highly recommend it. Check it out. It is only $35. Use our code Brenda for $5 off of it. And if you want to know a little bit more of how to use it, then check out our other video on how to use the pelvic wand.